Thank you, Deputy Speaker. It is a common story in my electorate that residents have slow, unreliable internet, poor quality landlines and little to no mobile phone coverage. This is in part due to the geography of Canning. It's defined by coastline, hills, forest and farmland. It's also due to the rapid expansion of the region's population over a short period of time, something like 45,000 people in the last decade. But mostly, Deputy Speaker, it is due to a former Labor government that failed to adequately address the problem. Infrastructure has not kept pace with growth in Canning, which is why I'm focusing on improving roads, rails and today, as we're talking about it, telecommunications. Already the coalition government is helping to deliver better internet to Canning through the NBN rollout. Of the 67,000 homes in Canning, over a third of those are already connected to the NBN, with more expected to connect in the coming months. Perhaps more critical to the people of Canning are the number of mobile phone black spots across the electorate. Today, most people have a mobile phone and it is near impossible to live without one. But I've heard time and again from my constituents that they get better mobile phone coverage in countries like Thailand and Indonesia than they do at home where they live. And they are not wrong, Deputy Speaker. I myself have had better mobile phone reception in the jungles of Papua New Guinea, just outside Lae. There are mobile phone black spots all over Canning. In the northern hills areas around Martin and Carrigullen, last week I met with Dale Miller, Dave and Elaine Wainscoat, Gordon Brockway and others in Martin. They had to fork out $2,000 for an external antenna to improve their coverage, despite being less than 40 kilometres from the Perth CBD. On the outskirts of towns like Byford, Mundajong, Serpentine and Jarrahdale, they also struggle for mobile phone reception. To the far east, between Dwellingup and Boddington, there are also issues. In fact, ministers who've visited Canning drop out of reach for about 15 to 20 minutes as they head to Boddington, a welcome relief for some. In the south, around Lake Clifton, we also have black spots. At best, these black spots are a hindrance to productivity for business owners in Canning, many of whom operate from their homes. But it is a severe limiter for people who want to grow a business, educate remotely, and indeed catch up with family and friends who live on the East Coast or elsewhere around the world. At worst, they are a threat to personal safety. For some older residents, no mobile phone reception at home and no landline in some cases means the only way of communicating with family is to drive 5 to 10 kilometres down towards town. I think of Mr. Orlando, who had to move out of Canning because of poor health and even poorer mobile phone coverage. For others living in bushfire-prone areas, mobile phone black spots are a serious threat to their lives. I think of Hugh and Erica Scott. Their home phone has only worked for 6 weeks out of the 11 months since the Waroona bushfires around Christmas of 2015-2016. Very little mobile phone coverage, and they were told by Telstra to buy an external antenna to improve their coverage. Their home phone was finally connected as of Anzac Day 2017, 16 months after the fires. But thanks to the Coalition's mobile phone black spot program, this government is delivering better mobile phone services to regional and rural Australia. The government has already invested significantly in Canning. 4 mobile phone black spot locations have received funding. Dwellingup was the first black spot identified, followed last year by Lake Clifton, Serpentine Keysbrook and Waroona North. The funding has been secured for the development of these sites, and I am continuing to apply pressure to see them rolled out as soon as possible. Looking forward, it is obvious that Canning must continue to be a priority for mobile phone coverage development. Reliable mobile phone coverage is a vital utility in this day and age for both personal and professional life. As I mentioned, it's key to advancing educational, social opportunities for residents. It's not a luxury of modern life, it's an essential service. And I will work very closely with the people of Canning to ensure that everyone has adequate service. Thank you.